Hello and welcome to episode 17 of Two Girls and a Cat podcast. I'm Carolyn.
And I'm Sam, and today is volume 3 of Two Girls Talk Shit.
Yes.
Or Shizz, if it will be known on YouTube.
Because you can't swear.
No, you fucking cannot.
But you can on here. You can say what you like.
Say what you like, but didn't show it on the comments.
Exactly.
So we want to talk about a few things. Going to talk about our weekend,
what we've been up to, because we haven't done much apart from Walking Dead the last couple of Mondays.
Yeah, and that was...
Because we had to.
I wish when we did Walking Dead that we just kept on going and kind of we could have cut out what we didn't want to put on.
Yeah.
Because Glenn's...
Spoiler,
but Glenn's death was...
Like you don't already know.
Yeah, Glenn's death was probably, if I was to listen to it back, the funniest thing we would have ever done, because that reaction was hilarious.
I think we both just screamed.
I just remember seeing, I'm so relaxed in the background, and like, Carolyn, pass me that cushion. I can't watch this.
We know what's coming here.
Yeah. But yeah, we did The Walking Dead, which I thoroughly enjoyed. I thought the first reaction was so genuine. I forgot that we were recording at one point, and I was like, "No, I can't do this. I can't. Carolyn, turn it off."
I was sweating. I was just like, I can't take any more. Just tell us who it is.
Just give us the biscuits.
Just give us the biscuit. I'm sweating.
It was an absolute corker. I really want to make a t-shirt of that. I'm sweating. I need a biscuit.
It's like my catchphrase.
So we did The Walking Dead, and we haven't done anything like City Down for... Oh, God, what was the last thing we did? It was actually The Walking Dead Series 6.
Yeah, and we talked about Doctor Strange, didn't we, before it came out?
Yeah, that we were going to go and see it, and we have seen it now.
Yes.
Do you think that Doctor Strange has had there's not... do you know when when Batman vs Superman came out and Civil War, everyone was like, "Oh, I've just seen it." You think it's not been like that for Doctor Strange?
No, people have gone, "Oh yeah, I saw it was pretty good,"
and that was it. I thought it was it's not one of the best, but it's up there. It was really good.
Yeah.
So we're going to talk about Doctor Strange and Thought Bubble.
Yeah.
Comic. Well, it's not. It's a.
It's like an artist and writers festival.
Festival. I wouldn't say so much convention. Oh, would you? Because when you associate convention, you sort with the just sellers, just what we saw. God, we've been to King Kong as well.
Oh yeah.
We've been to 2 conventions.
Oh yeah, we have. Yeah.
2
King
conventions.
Kong in Sunderland.
And Thought Bubble in Leeds. And we're also going to talk a bit about Harry Potter, because Fantastic Beasts has just come out.
We're going to go see that next week.
Yes, we are. So, we'll go. What do you want to do first? Pick a category.
Let's do Doctor Strange, because we saw that the first thing.
Yeah, that was the first thing we did. So, was it? When did we go to King Kong?
Oh God, it was bloody weeks ago.
It was something that we paid £13 to go into, and we were there less than an hour.
But we did see Jerome Flynn.
So funny.
Of Game of Thrones.
He was just standing right next to us.
Yeah. Sam repeatedly slapped my arm in quick succession.
Whenever
Jerome Flynn is behind you. He's over there. Jerome Flynn. I was like, yeah, I know, I see him.
Oh, no.
He's going for his lunch, Carolyn. He's going for his lunch. I can see him.
When we got out of the convention bit and he couldn't see us anymore, that's when I repeatedly slapped her. Whenever I get too excited, I slap.
Yeah, like in Civil War.
I did.
And in Star Wars Force Awakens.
I did. I think I punched you in Civil War.
I think you'd actually punched my knee.
I think I did. I think when Black Panther came on, it bang right in the knee.
Yeah, I was like, thanks.
Oh God, wait until Rogue One. Just wear body armour.
I was going to say, putting padding on for that.
I think I hit you in Doctor Strange as well.
Yeah.
I think I did.
When he puts the cloak on, I think, was it not then?
Yeah, I think when the cloak came on.
Eye.
I think when the cloak came on, then I think I hit you.
You started thumping.
Yeah. Big thumper.
Windmilling.
Windmilling. Oh out.
In the middle of the cinema.
There wasn't very many people there. We didn't go
No. We went to this new cinema, didn't we? It's just open near where we live.
really comfy seats.
And it's like the brand new branch of the one that we normally go to, but it's much closer to where we live, so we're like over the moon about it.
Yeah, but it's so Doctor Strange, he's been referenced now. This is one thing I wasn't too sure on when they announced Doctor Strange. How is he going to fit into the timeline? And what they said when I watched an interview with someone, this is it's going to fit in throughout the whole span of the Marvel universe.
Right.
It clearly didn't.
No.
Because Doctor Strange was referenced in Winter Soldier.
Yes.
That Hydra guy, when they have him on the thing, and he mentions a few names, and Stephen Strange is pulled out of one. And we think, and it's not being confirmed, when he's on the phone in the beginning of the film and he's getting case files, he's advised of a case of a soldier who's fallen, and it describes Rhodey.
Yeah.
But they've never confirmed that's Rhodey. So it's obviously been throughout the span of Civil War. Because did they mention the Accords in there at all? See, I'm watching Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. as well, and they've just...
I think it's probably one of those ones you'd need to watch twice, because there's probably a few subtle little things in it.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I agree with that. For an origin story... when it comes down to origin stories with Marvel, Iron Man is always my favourite. Iron Man then Ant-Man, because they're very similar in how they bring the character across, and I really like that.
Yeah.
But I did enjoy this.
Yeah. I think you just like the whole, who the character itself, isn't it, and how that comes across.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan of Doctor Strange. Huge. Not as big as Ant, as he has pointed out many a times, but I love Stephen Strange, and I love that he had his own book last year or this year, by Jeff Lemay, and it just, the first issue just gets you straight into, like, you don't have to know anything about Stephen beforehand. He explains it all in the first few pages, very nicely and subtly done.
Yeah.
So seeing little references, because I've read, like, Stephen's not really had his own series for a really long time. It's only, like, he's been bits and pieces, like, he was in Secret Wars, he was part of it, but he didn't have his own book. And he's played, that's how his role is played for a really long time. Whenever they have events, he's part of it, but he doesn't have his own series. So when they announced that they were doing the film, I was like, yes, bring Stephen Strange into this universe.
Yeah. Just something else to say, when we first started watching the film, we were like, I feel a bit motion sick. Because we sat, like, not right at the front, but kind of...
No, we never do.
Yeah.
We did on Star Wars.
Because there was
we had no choice whatsoever, and I didn't feel bad on that. But this one, within the first 20 minutes, like, I've got motion sickness, but Carolyn's motion sickness is much worse than mine.
I'm the worst. It was like like Inception, where the walls come down and it's all moving around and swirling around. It was like, I can't actually watch that.
I've never done acid, but it's how I could imagine an acid trip being like. I felt really... I was thinking to myself while I was watching it, this is going to be perfect when it's on my telly, because it'll downsize it and it won't be as severe as what I'm seeing right now. But don't get us wrong, it was spectacular. Yeah. Visually, it was absolutely spectacular.
I really enjoyed it.
But the whole origin story was just perfect, just introducing them. And Tony Stark is cocky and cocksure of himself. Yeah. Stephen Strange is the same, but elevates it into like being arrogant.
He's a bit of a bastard, actually.
Yeah, he's really, like, he's very arrogant, but he
you can kind of forgive Tony more for being arrogant. Stephen Strange, you're virgin on disliking him.
Yeah, at the beginning when you see him in his prime, but to watch him be broken down and then built up as another person he does become, he still has his cockiness about him, but it's not as arrogant as what he previously was.
No.
The supporting cast, though, with Tilda Swinton is loved
her in Narnia as the queen.
What was that character called? The ancient one.
The ancient one.
The ancient one, which a lot of people kicked off about because it was a woman. oh my god, a woman playing a man's part.
And you were like, oh, I tell you when you did slap me, because Mads Mikkelsen comes in.
God, he's beautiful.
You were like, oh my god, look at him.
He is absolutely beautiful.
And the makeup as well.
There's a picture doing the rounds on Instagram of Mads Mikkelsen's eye makeup very close up, and it is just spectacular. Like, I get in awe of makeup, just what they can actually do with it, and it just looks spectacular. But he's a bad guy. But what confused me is because I knew the characters of Strange.
Yeah.
I can never pronounce his name. Mordor? It's not Mordor, because that's
Mordor's
Lord of the Rings.
Lord of the Rings.
Oh God, how do you pronounce his name, Carolyn? More. I can't even pronounce the actor's name. Chitwell.
Oh yeah.
Him. Now he's a villain of Strange, and obviously, spoiler. At the end, you get to see that he is going to become. Is it adversary? Am I saying the right word? Oh my God.
You are.
Fuck me.
You are using the correct
terminology. He would become an adversary of Stephen Strange later on because he doesn't agree with how the film ended. But how good was Wong? Was it Wong?
Yes, the supporting.
He is a big character with Stephen Strange. It's like his sidekick. And please make sure I'm saying it right, Wong.
I think so.
I think
it's Baron Mordo, by the way.
Baron, that's it. Thank you. But the guy who plays him, if you are English and watching this, you may recognise him from the IT Crowd, or the episode where they did the countdown special, and it was set like the Matrix. And they were in a club full of countdown winners, and he was. And Moss was a winner as well, and he was partying it up and gets challenged by another winner, and it's like Matrixy style. It was so funny. One of the best lines in that. What was it? I come here to kick ass and drink milk, and I'm all out of milk.
And it's Benedict Wong.
Benedict Wong, yes. I knew he had the same
Another
surname,
Benedict.
but he's he was a really good character in that. But Tilda Swinton she just stole every scene. She was absolutely amazing.
She's kind of like Gwendolyn Christie.
Oh, that's esque. Yeah.
Who I know you like too.
I love Gwendolyn Christie. Just that strong presence and just the conviction.
Androgyny.
The conviction of what they're doing. And especially when you see them, I like it when you see an actor in an interview proud of what they've done.
Yeah.
And interested in what they've done and wanting to share their experience. And Tilda did that, and Gwendolyn does that. I know there's a lot of actors, and Bruce Willis will always come to mind whenever I think of dickheads like that, because he looks exhausted by the time he's getting interviews, and he's even
sick of his life.
Yeah, he's an arsehole. He's good when he's good, but when he's an arsehole, he's the worst. He's a big arsehole. But Tilda, when she's doing interviews, just loves what she did.
Yeah.
And the Ancient One is a good character, and yes, he was a male in the comics, but the idea of the Ancient One is a title, not a person. That's how
it's the entity,
exactly. That's how I would see it, and I think that's how the filmmakers were seeing it as well.
And a chance to use a woman.
And she was hard as fuck.
Yeah.
She knocked a lot of people on their arse with her hands.
Wouldn't fight her.
Where would you put it on the scale of in your Marvel? So what's your Marvel top 5?
Oh God. Let's think. I like Iron Man, obviously.
I think everyone loves Iron Man.
I like the first Captain America.
Oh, the first Avenger.
The first one, just because it's the first one. And I like the whole origin story thing. I do like Thor. I like Age of Ultron. I like.
I think Winter Soldier will always be my favourite.
Yeah.
I think Winter Soldier was because at the time Iron Man 3 had come out and Thor 2 had come out, and it was getting to how DC are right now. That's how it felt like with Marvel, and you were like, oh God, I'm gonna go put up with this shit again. And then Winter Soldier came out and just completely. That's when it changed.
Yeah.
That's when you could tell the studio were out.
Yeah.
You know, the interference was gone,
Yeah.
and the creators were doing what they wanted to do.
But I think Deadpool is...
Well, that's not Marvel. What's Fox?
Well, sorry, but Marvel-esque.
Yeah. Yes.
Are we talking Marvel as a whole?
I would just say the MCU, just because that's where Doctor Strange fits in. Because Deadpool is on a list of its own. Like if we
were just saying,
was that out this year?
Yeah,
Jesus,
yeah, February.
That was funny. That I have never, ever gone to a film and laughed from opening credits to closing credits.
It was so good,
and it was so funny. It was just everyone, the atmosphere in the cinema as well. That was good.
Everybody really liked it, didn't they? It got such good reviews.
Of a film that everyone was terrified of because of the Deadpool that become before it. It was nice to have Ryan Reynolds back into the geek fold again.
Oh yeah, definitely.
In a good way, not as Hal Jordan. But speaking of, DC announced yesterday that Hal Jordan may be in the Justice League film.
Oh.
If it doesn't go to Nathan Fillion, I don't want to fucking know.
We're done.
Well, Nathan Fillion's voiced him, and I know that's nothing. It's voiced him a lot in DC animated, but Nathan Fillion, if he just toned up a bit, he'd be perfect. He'd be perfect for Hal Jordan.
Well,
so that was just throwing that out there.
Actually, what I was going to say when you mentioned that was as well the next Marvel films for 2017.
Yeah,
now that we're done with this year,
we've closed.
We've
closed this year. Doctor Strange has closed it.
Guardians of the Galaxy 2 is out on the 5th of May. In America, I think. Don't know what's happening.
Don't know what trailers the Americans got, because we got Doctor Strange a lot sooner before them did.
It was here before it was in America.
A lot. It was a good couple of weeks as well. We got Guardians of the Galaxy 2. We got the teaser trailer that was released. I think I hit you in that as well. But yes. I think they got Wonder Woman.
Bitches.
I know. I can't wait for that film.
Spider-Man Homecoming comes out next July.
I'm so looking forward to that. I never thought I'd say it. I'm looking forward to a Spider-Man film.
Well, I mean, there we go. Obviously focuses on high school aged Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Michael Keaton
is just being cast. Yes. How amazing is that? If anyone has seen Birdman,
it's so weirdly good.
You can understand why he's being cast as this character. That film was amazing. Did you enjoy it? I really enjoyed it.
It's just weird but good.
Edward Norton, perfect throughout that film.
Well, he's just great anyway.
Yeah, he is, isn't he? Anyway. He really is.
And this time next year, Thor
Ragnarok. I am looking forward to this. Given the credit scene, the post-credit scene. No, post-credit scene was him seeing Benjamin Bratt. The one just before that was Strange and Thor sitting in the same room together talking about Loki.
Well, here is that was right at the end, wasn't it? Mark Ruffalo's going to be in it.
Yes.
Kate Blanchett is in it.
Who's Kate Blanchett playing?
She's playing Healer.
Why do I know that name?
Carl Urban is Scourge.
Shut the fuck up. Carl Urban's in this film. Oh, I love Carl Urban. Have you seen RoboCop? They're doing another RoboCop.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. I loved the remake of RoboCop. Good. It was really good.
And then you'll get to see Black Panther February 16th, 2018.
That cast just keeps getting stronger and stronger. It's got the kid from Creed. What was his name? Jordan. Was it? Is his surname Jordan?
I know who you mean, though I just can't think of what his name is.
He was in Fantastic Four, wasn't he?
Yeah.
And Denai Guerrera, Michonne, Walking Dead fans. She's in it. Lupita Nyong'o has joined the cast. And then obviously you've got Chadwick Boseman, but what a strong cast it's building up. And
you've got to wait 2.5 years for Captain Marvel, sorry.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Listen, I'm just happy that there's going to be a Captain Marvel film. I have to be grateful for that. So, and also they announced that they're doing it in humans. Now, I don't know if it was film or film or TV series, which kind of confuses because if you watch Agents of Shield like I do, I don't think you do. Well, you don't watch it, do you?
No, I can't hand.
New series is amazing. It's got Ghost
I know,
Rider
but I
in,
can't be
so
asked to
good.
watch all the way through it. Just
Robbie
to get to them.
Raines is amazing. I never thought that I'd
I'm like,
be a fan of. You're like, what? No.
I'm just not into it. I don't know. It just doesn't grab me.
But they've got a story of Inhumans. So I was like, oh, are they going to go into Black Bolt and Medusa Inhumans? Or even Kamala Khan, because she's like, Miss Marvel, she is an Inhuman.
Yeah.
So they could go down that avenue. I really hope they do. I hope they do something more than what they've done with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah.
The only thing with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I would like to see is the actual film cast coming into it. I know they've had Samuel L. Jackson and Kobe Smulders.
Oh,
and
yeah.
They've had a couple of people, and Sith from Thor, Lady Warrior, who's amazing. Jamie Alexandra is amazing as her. She was in it, but I want to see Cap, or I want to see like Thor, just rocking up on Helicarrier.
Portia's going to be in it.
So yeah, Doctor Strange, I really, really enjoyed it. There was so many references in there that made us actually cry. When I saw his house in New York and the cloak, I love the idea that the cloak was an actual thing. Like
it chose him, didn't it?
Yeah, and it was like it almost was a character itself.
Yeah, it kind of what did it remind me of?
It reminds a lot of Harry Potter.
Yes,
it really does.
Yeah, I mean, we're just by the way we are sitting here with Harry Potter in the background. So loads to look forward to.
Yeah, especially with Marvel.
But let's talk about the next thing.
Thought bubble.
Or do you want to talk about King Kong?
Which
is pretty quick. Let's gloss over King Kong. We were there an hour. We saw Jerome Flynn.
We didn't buy jack shit. Did you buy anything? No.
We came away.
We did meet a very nice artist though, who did the guy who did the Walking Dead stuff. He was really pleasant.
Can't remember his name.
No, that's a shame because he was really nice and his work was really good because he did them cars. You know, the DeLorean and that.
Oh yeah.
But he was very pleasant, really friendly. This is what gets me about conventions is just crap. People selling, like, there was some really good stuff. The person who done the Audrey 2, she handmade them, like, stuff like that is one of a kind. It's not something I'm going to be able to buy anywhere else, but it was a lot of crap.
It was like, why would I spend money on that?
And I just kept reminding myself that I'm at the stage in my life.
Yeah.
Takes all the.
It just wasn't.
I had a.
We went to B&M Bargains afterwards.
I was just about to say we went to B&M Bargains. Carolyn was absolutely in awe of everything. Set all the toys off.
Yeah.
Made a lot of noise.
B&M Bargains is like Walmart, but not quite as cool as Walmart. It's like a smaller Walmart.
I think it's awesome that there's branded stuff in there for less price. I go there to stock up on my toiletries and my household products because it's all branded stuff, yet at a very ridiculously low price.
So we did King Kong, it was no good.
Nah.
And then we went to Thought Bubble the other week in Leeds, which is about an hour or so from here.
Oh, it was
really, really good.
It really was. It felt so grown up.
Yeah.
And it was very, very inspiring. I'd probably more for Carolyn because there was a lot of artists there.
There was some good talks though. The last one that was so good, which you really liked.
The image panel. So yeah, it's a festival. It's a week-long festival, and it starts on the Monday and it ends on the Sunday. And but at the Saturday and Sunday, there's the convention side of it. So it's all artists and writers get to either sign stuff or sell their wares. Get themselves more notice than what they are. It was in 2 sections, so not everyone was cramped together. The staff there were lovely because there was 2 times we went into one of the tents and we could not for the life of us find the entrance.
Yeah.
And they were just happy enough to let us go in where they were standing. It was not like they did not, I'm not going to redirect you right round the corner. Just come through
just
here.
opened the fire exit and were like, come in this way.
Yeah, the staff were really, really friendly and really nice. Well organised. Very clean.
Yeah.
Did you notice
just really well set out, I think.
Yeah, it was. It was at the Royal Armoury, so it had a very big hall where there was one set of the artists, and then they had a second tent almost outside.
Yeah.
Now, and then where the actual museum is, there's little rooms where obviously they do a lot of
conference rooms for theatres,
and that's where they had the talks. Now, on the car on the way there, I had no idea what we were going into, so Carolyn got the schedule up, and she mentioned about, what was the book called? The
Secret Loves of
Geek Girls. And I actually had that recommended to us on the Thursday, not on the Friday. And I went to go and buy it, and I thought, no, I'll wait, because I'm being paid yet. I'll wait and see what I get down there, and if not, I'll get it for myself. I know it's tenner, but that's how my brain works. And when we were in the car, Carolyn mentioned that there were this 3 women were doing a talk, and mentioned the name, and I was like, I'm sure I recognise that. And it was she wasn't the writer. She started the project.
Yeah.
She wrote a story for it, because the book is a collaboration of other,
different ones, artists and writers.
and there was 2 other writers who were there. Katie West or Weist was one of them, and I can't remember what the other one was.
Carrie. Anyway, it was Hope Nicholson who was leading the talk, and it was just interesting. It was basically it's a book for girls.
It's tackling the
all the issues that every girl faces. Well, not every girl faces, because depends on what your sexual orientation is. I think if you read the book, actually,
it's pulling.
But you know, it does I suppose. Because I think like people who are kind of into nerdy and geeky stuff get put in one camp, and it's like they don't go through the same things as like regular people. It's like, really?
Yeah, geeks have sex too.
Quite a lot of it from reading that book.
Oh God, yeah.
Good Lord.
But that's what it was. It was pulling away from the stigma of talking about sex, because it's a word that people.
It's not a taboo subject. Everyone. And
the talk was really interesting. It was more getting to know them 3, and because you can't talk for everyone who wrote for it, because there was a lot of people who wrote for it, but it was their reasonings why they contributed to it and why it was started in the first place. And then we actually got to meet Hope Nicholson, and she was very pleasant.
She signed our books.
She did.
And I think, can you remember, immediately after we came away from having them signed, there was that table with those guys selling those comics.
Yes.
They were like, come over here, girls, and you might be interested in some of this. And I was just like, what? I didn't have a clue what we were looking at.
But the first thing that Carolyn opened up to was a giant penis.
A comic book strip with a massive
penis.
I was like, oh my God.
But it was they were lovely.
Like, really,
they were lovely people.
To put it in a nutshell, these 2 men called us over and showed us a picture of dicks in various books.
He did.
Like, anywhere else, they'd be arrested.
They did. He really did.
It was quite pervy, actually.
It was
not
interesting.
Right?
It was really interesting. But I have one regret, as like I did with Star Wars and the Rogue One saga.
But I hope this teaches you a lesson for future Comic Cons.
Fucking didn't, because when we went to Thought Bubble, I could have quite easily queued up for Jamie McCalvary's Kieran Gillen's to get something signed, and I didn't. And that queue was not that long.
Think ahead next time then.
Fine, well.
But you got to see him do the Image Comics
I did,
panel
and
talk,
I got some
really
photographs.
good.
Yeah, that was really interesting, because it was all these people have all wrote for DC and Marvel, and just listening to the difference between how DC and Marvel work in comparison to Image.
Yeah.
Image Comics was created on the back of some of the biggest comic book artists and writers who had enough of not
being told what to do and how to do it. Yeah.
They started Image where you own, and they made a very big point about this throughout the whole thing. You own your creation. This is your book.
Yeah.
Do not put it, because someone had said, I think it was Babs. What's that surname?
Babs Tarr.
Yeah, Babs Tarr. She'd asked for permission to put Image Presents, And he says, no, it's not Image presents, it's you present.
Yeah.
You are publishing it through Image, but it is your work. That was the point of Image when it first started. And if any of you ever get a chance to watch the Image Revolution, it is a really fascinating documentary because it goes to show how it started, how some of it crumbled, because they were gods. Like, it was the first, this was something else other than your Marvel and DC that people could get a hold of. Like, Spawn came out of Image Comics, and it just watching them deteriorate and just be taken over by money, and then to where it is now, which is very similar to where it started.
Yeah.
So they managed to get back their value and add a few more owners in there, because Robert Kirkman is now an owner.
Yeah.
He owns part of Image. But yeah, it was a really interesting talk. Is that the only two we did? Because we were going to do a third one, but we
got lost off looking at everything.
We did, but if we had have done them, which I wish we did, but we would never have had any time to go around.
No, I'm glad that we kind of took the time to go over, because we talked to a couple of different artists and things, didn't we?
Tess Fowler.
Bengal.
Yes, Carolyn got an amazing Bengal print.
print.
If you go on our Instagram or on mine, because I was so jealous.
All I want.
I was so
I'm gonna
jealous.
get it framed.
But you know what? Price wise,
not bad.
I really thought Carolyn was going to pay like
stupid money.
Yeah, stupid money for it, and I could understand why you would, because you're never gonna. Well, you may
get
not.
The chance
you
to
might
see
not.
that again.
You never know. We might not be able to go next year, which I hope we do, because it was really good.
Yeah.
But that print might not be there. This, that, and the other. And when he signed it, he was really pleasant, and it was really reasonably priced. There was some things there that weren't, like that Squirrel Girl book.
Yeah.
How £20? Did you see the size of it? It was
tiny.
It was tiny. So there was some things in there I was like, oh no, I'm not going to touch that. But Tess Fowler, I bought a little postcard off her and she signed it, and I've completely forgot to give her the money for it.
Really?
I did. You were looking at the book and she signed it for us, and I just kind of went, oh my god, thank you. And then I went, it would help if I actually give you the money. And I was like, oh shit. She was very sweet about it though.
She's like, yeah, just walk away after I've signed something for you.
What an idiot. Who was the one who doodled all your books you bought?
Oh, it's a lady called, I should tell you, I follow this lady. I recognise the work because I follow her on Instagram, and she is, I believe, French. She is Genevieve FT. She's based in actual Montreal, so she's French Canadian.
Did you notice the girl who sat next to her?
Yes.
They do conventions together. The work's very similar. It's very pin-uppy, isn't it? Cartoony pin-up.
Yeah, and she had these like little sketchbooks for sale.
Because I
couldn't decide
on a print.
I was just like, I like them all, and I thought best thing to do is just get the sketchbooks, and then I've got a variety of ones to look at, which are really cool.
And she doodled in every single one of them.
Signed them. It was really sweet of her.
Signed them Caroline though.
She put Caroline. She even said to me, "Is it spelled the French way?" And I said, "No. It's spelled like this," and she just spelled it wrong.
You should have just said Carrie. It would have been so much easier.
Because then she'd like Kerry. It doesn't matter what I say.
It really doesn't. But you got them. What else did we get? What else? Oh my god, that English, they did the English prints, the tea ones.
Yes, I got the print, the steampunk.
Yes, they were so good.
Dr. Jeff, I think it's called.
Oh, I liked them. They were really interesting.
Yeah.
There was just far too much to, like, I could have spent a fortune. I'm glad I just pulled out what I did and limited myself, because I would have been coming out with so much. I got a copy of the book, I got a few postcards, and I got a new tote bag as well. Which I have no idea who the artist is who has their picture on the front. So I have no idea. I can't credit you for it because I don't know who you are. I saw it, it was interesting. We were literally leaving. I needed a bag. That was it.
And you got one?
I wanted that Wonder Woman bag. but she actually must have bought that beforehand. I just wanted her back.
I want that one.
We were going to go and see a panel of, was it from stand to screen?
Yeah, about what was coming.
Got it.
But we missed it. But we got to see all the cool stuff instead. So
we did. We had a.
So there's that. But we
didn't rush ourselves. We drove down.
I mean, let's face it. This year we've done some pretty cool cons.
For not doing any last year.
We've done some pretty good ones.
Star Wars is obviously gonna.
Star Wars Celebration is obviously the main deal.
One. That was just incredible. That is an experience.
There will never be another con as good as that.
Unless it comes back again, which I'd definitely go back to.
It won't. It'll be in another city in Europe.
Motherfuckers. But
Dublin, I could do that.
I would do Dublin.
Or Belfast.
That'd be good. Never been to Belfast. Never been to Ireland.
Just be careful where you walk.
So yeah, Thought Bubble was really good, and all of the conventions that we've done this year have been good. What else do we want to talk about?
We were going to talk just briefly before we sort of sign off. I think about Harry Potter.
Yeah, because Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them's just come out, and we're going to go and see it next week.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of us going.
But I don't know too much about it, which I'm quite pleased about. I'm glad we're going back to the wizarding world of Harry Potter.
Yeah, but like I was saying to you before, I've avoided. Yeah. Really, I know obviously Eddie Redmayne's in it. I know Colin Firth's in it.
Farrell. You only know Colin Farrell's in because
Colin Farrell's in it because I saw the trailer on it.
And apparently, rumour has it, Dumbledore is going to be in it. Which
I like to go and see stuff and not be influenced by people saying, "Oh, this is really crap," and don't go and see it because then you see spoilers and it just kind of ruins it. I want to see the film and make my own mind up.
Yeah, and I think with this one, because I didn't know anything about it, when it first came on as a trailer, Ant was like, "Oh yeah, I was going to buy you them books for Christmas last year," and I was like, "Books?
Which
series? What?
What are you talking about?"
I had no idea what they were, and I've not really read much into it. I just wanted to be because I've not read the books, just be a surprise.
Yeah.
But I do know it's part of Harry Potter because it's mentioned. The books are mentioned in the films.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. I think they're mentioned as kind of like, oh, there's the tale of such and such.
Yeah.
The legend that was.
I know a lot of people were kicking off because it's set in America. But he travels.
Oh, get over it, man. God.
He travels in a suitcase, doesn't he?
Yeah, what's he going to do? Travel from London to Southampton in his suitcase? Wow, I'll definitely go and see that movie.
I think it's going to be
far cool that he goes to New York.
So once we've got Fantastic Beasts out of the way with, it's then the countdown to Rogue One.
Yeah.
Oh God. Even though Carolyn was kicking off the other week because they're not going to have the credit, the rolling credit
at the beginning. I'm happy about this.
You don't know that for sure.
The rumour is...
The rumour.
Pretty much the confirmation is that there isn't one.
No, the key word there, Carolyn, was rumour. It's a rumour. You don't know this yet. It's a Star Wars film.
I'm going to be happy.
Are you going to walk out?
I'm going to walk out.
You're going to take your ice cream and go?
Take my ice cream and my souvenir cup and leave.
They better have souvenir cups.
Yeah.
Yo, you got me my BB-8 one. Because we were going, you went on the opening night. And then we went about a week later.
It was just after Christmas, wasn't it? We went in between, wasn't it?
No, we went just before. We went just before Christmas.
Because it opened the 19th.
Yeah, you went on opening night. Yeah. At midnight, and then I think it was the following Wednesday we went because Michaela came with us.
Was that just before Christmas?
It was just before Christmas, and then me and you booked in to go and see 3D after Christmas.
Right. Maybe we did then.
And then I think a day later we went to see that dreadful Mark Wahlberg film, Will Ferrell one.
Oh, Daddy's Home.
Yeah, the day my car died.
It was the day your car died.
It was the day my car died and you had to come pick us up.
That's right.
I had no car for a week.
A great start of 2016.
I got a brand new car, let's be fair, about a week later, so it's not too bad.
Yeah. Well, let's what we're gonna do. Are we gonna do a Fantastic Beasts?
We'll see how good it is first, Carolyn.
If it's a pile of shite, we're not going to talk too much about it. and we'll just find something else to talk about.
Yeah.
But if it's actually half decent, I think we might just do a little.
Yeah, and we'll do some because we did the few intros of Walking Dead, the first and second one, and because at the moment it's just set in stages, we'll just give it a couple of more episodes and we'll do.
Let it get into a rhythm because things are starting to happen, but not
it's a
quick
slow,
succession.
Yeah, it's a really slow pace at the moment, which is understandable because there's a lot.
Yeah, going on.
There's a lot of changes happening, and there's a lot of things that need to be set up.
Now I'm quite worried about Daryl at the moment. So.
Oh, before I go, because I'll forget to mention it later. Did you notice him blink? When Rick and him were standing, when the first scene him, he starts blinking. Mm-hmm. When Michonne got the gun from under the thingy, there was a poster on the wall of Morse code. They think Daryl was blinking in Morse code to Rick to tell him where he is. I am in the East. The nerds of the internet, well done.
Oh,
well done. Well done, kids. Because they sat and worked it out, and if it's what they think, because they did focus on that Morse code picture, and Daryl was blinking quite a lot, and Rick was intently staring at him. And they think he's saying, I'm in the East or East. Because nobody knows where the sanctuary is. I had to say that because I have a very bad memory, as we all know, and I would have forgotten to say it. Are you looking that up right now?
I'm looking it up because I just think that's like so far-fetched.
Really? You think that's so far-fetched?
Yeah.
Some guy hit another guy with a baseball bat wrapped with barbed wire, and you think blinking in Morse code is far-fetched.
But how would you know? If I was Rick, I would just be thinking... There's Daryl. I haven't seen him for a while.
There's Daryl. There's me bud.
Poor Daryl, I miss you loads.
What the fuck
he
have they
must
made
have
you
the
wear?
sun in his eyes because he's blinking quite a bit.
What have they made you wear, son?
What have they got you in?
What does the A stand for? Arsehole. That's a good one. Right, so we're going to wrap it up there. Mm-hmm. So, as always, please like, share, subscribe.
We're on YouTube.
Yeah, our subscriptions are going up a little bit, so thank you very much. Mm-hmm. We're on YouTube, we're on Nerdfeed. You can find us on Instagram. Everything will be linked down below because I can't be bothered to go through the names, but our personal ones are on there. Our homepage is on there. Twitter's on there. Mm-hmm. A link to Ray, who does our artwork, he's on there.
Yeah.
And
who's a designer con, and I officially not your friend today, by the way, Ray Paez.
But bearing in mind, Ray, that she did not know what this was until about half an hour ago.
I was like, what is that? I was like,
oh,
really this looks really good. And what's he doing there? Why is... What? Text him like, what are you doing?
Yeah, we had 5 minutes of confusion from Carolyn.
And then he was like, oh yeah, so it's just like the coolest thing ever.
God, why do they get all the good stuff? And we get King Kong.
We got Star Wars Celebration Europe, Sam. That
was one thing, Carolyn.
That trumps the whole lot as far as I'm concerned.
We got King Kong. There was a...
Well, you got to see Jerome Flynn.
That's true.
So
that is true.
You know, I've seen Robson Green loads walking around.
Shut up, have you?
Around Newcastle, there was a fire alarm once, and he came out with a quayside car park, and everyone said, "Oh, there's Robson Green. Isn't he really small?"
He is tiny. Yeah. He is a dot. So yeah, also if you wanna, hit us up in the comments with anything, any questions. Somebody did ask us a question on our homepage.
What was it?
Do you travel a lot?
Travel in what sense? Like abroad or
I just guess travel in general.
Every day at work.
Well, we do travel. That's an obvious.
Like a lot.
Carolyn travels more than I do. Carolyn's seen more of the world than I have. We've not been able to keep her pinned down this year.
I'm basically like, what's it, Newt out of Fantastic Beasts.
Where have you been this year? America?
I've been to California, London, Paris.
Italy.
Fuck's
sake, Carolyn. International jet setter over
there.
there.
London, Paris, and Los Angeles. 3 major cities.
You, again, missed Italy out.
I know, but like Italy, I did, which was amazing. But it's not like... I didn't go to Rome, do you know what I mean? I didn't do, like, the city. But I went to Amalfi, which is really amazing.
She still went to Italy.
It was still good. It was still really, really good.
International, that was the question.
But I was talking in cities. And Paul, she doesn't go anywhere because she's a prisoner.
No, she's not. She's a little princess who I'll probably end up having another fight with in a bit.
Yeah.
So yeah, thanks very much for listening. Let me say bye. Say bye, Portia.
She's too tired.
I feel that pain. I totally sympathise with her right now. Carolyn, what are you doing?
I'm just combing her.
You using your hands though?
I know, because she doesn't like brushes.
Right, well, thanks for listening, guys.
No.
Bye.
Bye.